guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kate and let's get into it. So today I thought I would do a wrap up for November. So the first book I read I bought back in 2012 when it first came out, like basically the day it came out I picked this up. And that is the Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. I absolutely loved this. I think I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. It follows politics, follows politics in a small town, Pegford in England, and the relationships between the people on the parish council and their children and the teachers, and just a plethora of characters in this town. And J.K. Rowling is a phenomenal writer. The characters in this are spectacular. It's a slow plot, but if you like character-driven novels, I highly recommend this one. I absolutely adored it. The next book I read was The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I didn't like this one quite as much. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, I believe. It's basically a coming of age story about a young girl named Esther Greenwood. When it opened, she's kind of on the rocks, kind of, with her boyfriend. She's not really sure like how she feels about the relationship or where she wants it to go or whether or not she actually likes him. She is working as an intern at a women's magazine in New York. She's a college student, and it's basically just a coming of age story about this girl who's a good girl. She follows all the rules, she does really well in school, and she's just trying to decide whether or not that's who she is. And it follows kind of her mental state while she's going through this process of figuring out who she is, who she wants to be, what kind of person she wants to be. I like coming of age stories. This one was okay. I wasn't a huge fan of the writing. I don't know. I might try some more Sylvia Plath. We'll see. If you have any recommendations on some Plath that I should read other than The Bell Jar, something that I might like more, let me know down below in the comments, because I'd be interested to give her another try. The next 2 books that I read were graphic novels. So the first one was SEGA, Volume 6 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I'm sure most of you know what this is about. I'm not going to go too in depth because this is the 6th volume and I don't want to give any spoilers away, but I thought this one kind of picked up a bit more. I mean, obviously I like the series as a whole. I thought volumes 4 and 5 kind of slowed down a little bit, but I thought this one picked up the pace again, and I liked this one quite a bit more than I did the last one. And I don't exactly remember where volume 5 left off, but this one I think jumps a few years into the future. So we'll see where it goes from here. I liked it. I'll keep reading. I'll pretty much read anything Brian K. Vaughan writes, so we'll see. After that, I read Wonder Woman, The True Amazon by Jill Thompson. I gave this one 3.5 stars. I liked it. It's an origin story. It's an origin story for Wonder Woman, and generally I really like origin stories. I don't read a ton of superhero comics, but I read a few. I'm not really familiar with like canon on Wonder Woman. I don't know what her original origin story is. This one, I like that it gives Wonder Woman a reason for who she is and what she does and why she's so good and kind of pure, I guess. But I felt it was kind of surface level. It didn't really go into too much. I felt like it could have gone deeper. If you like Wonder Woman, if you like superheroes, I'd give it a try. If you like origin stories, it varies. I've heard that it's quite different from Wonder Woman's original origin story. So if you're looking for something new, something a bit more justified, maybe try this one, but it was okay. And then the next graphic novel I read was Monsterous by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. And this is about a young woman named Meika Halfwolf, who is kind of trying to figure out her past and stuff about her mom and her family, and all the while she's trying to kind of fight this thing inside her, like this kind of ancient power slash monster that may be evil. It's good. I don't want to give too much away, but the artwork is stunning. Yeah, I really like this. I'm really looking forward to the second volume. So I think this one was 4 out of 5 stars. Can't remember if I said that. Oh, I'm speaking so fast. This is my 3rd time filming this because my camera is randomly stopping filming. So hopefully I can get through this one. Okay. And then the last book that I read this month, my favorite book of the month, I gave this one 4.5 out of 5 stars. And that is The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. I loved his writing. It was beautifully written. I'm gonna go pick up his other 2 books, Middlesex and The Marriage Plot. I really want to keep reading his stuff. His writing is beautiful. If you don't know what this is about, it kind of follows, well, it's a group of boys narrating a story, looking back on their childhood, where they were kind of, well, they still are obsessed with these 5 sisters who in one summer all killed themselves. And so it's just about, it kind of, it tracks their obsession with them. Yeah, I know a lot of people, like, a lot of criticism with this book is that you don't know the sisters, so their deaths don't mean anything. And you don't really get like attached to the characters at all, and you're left outside of everything. But I think that's the point. Particularly when you're dealing with something like suicide, like you never know why the sisters kill themselves. I mean, you get the impression that they're just unhappy with, you know, the way they're expected to live their lives. But generally speaking, you never know why they kill themselves. And you don't find out at all ever throughout the book. And the boys are kind of struggling. Like, that's the point of it. They're trying to solve the mystery of why these sisters all killed themselves. And yeah, so you're left outside of it all with the boys. You never know. And so a lot of people criticize Jeffrey Eugenides for writing it in that way, but I think that's the point, because I mean, really, in real life with suicide, more often than not, you don't know. You never know why. You may have suspicions, but you're never gonna really know what that person was thinking, what was going through their mind in that moment. So yeah, so I thought it was realistic in that sense, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was beautifully written. And even though you don't have any real like strong emotional connection with the sisters, I still thought it was kind of a heartbreaking examination of how people feel looking in on a family and on the life of somebody who isn't entirely happy, even though you may think they are. So yeah, so that's my wrap up for the month. I'm sorry if I went like super quickly through all of those. Like I said, it took me like 3 tries to film this because my camera kept just stopping and dying on me. So hopefully I got my point across. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these, how you felt about them. and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks, bye.